For whoever wants to look and listen to a big secret, hush, listen, just listen, feel the silence and look.
Welcome to Stayf Draws. I'm Stayf, an illustrator and animator, and I'm working on the Little Angel story, and I'm also doing an animated movie. And now Chapman is sitting next to me, and he did the voiceover for the movie. So welcome, JC.
Thank you.
I have a question. How did you start out doing voiceover work?
Yeah, it kind of came about by accident, really. I was sending out CDs of bands that I'd been in with the idea of getting soundtrack jobs with production companies. And I got a few, but most of them were interested in my spoken voice. So more and more people were saying, oh, you should try doing voiceovers.
Okay.
So it went from being 99% trying to get soundtracks to 1% trying to get a voiceover to the reverse. So now it's almost always I'm getting a voiceover and 1% of the time I get a soundtrack job. Okay. So it's really accident. I started around seriously about 8 or 9 years ago.
So how do you go about recording? Because you're doing a lot of different recordings for corporate movies. And when you're doing a story like this, how do you prepare?
All different ways, really. If I have a sample of the film beforehand, I look at that and try and time it to the sections of the film. Sometimes you just get a script and they make the film around me, so there's no kind of time limit.
Okay.
Most of the recording is done at the studios of a couple of friends of mine that have their own studios.
Okay.
And then maybe 1 out of every 10 jobs I travel somewhere like Harlem. This is the 3rd time, I believe, that we've worked together, and every time it's been complete pleasure because of the project. The projects have been really interesting, and they are the kind of thing I would really like to do most of the time, but they come around very rarely. Most of it's
the
corporate.
Same for me.
Most of it's corporate stuff.
So, if people want to book you, where can they find you?
They can contact me at jc-voicemail.com.
I will put it in the link below this video.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah. Good.
For whoever wants to look and listen to a big secret, hush, listen, just listen, feel the silence and look.
Today I'm on my way to the composer Yves Vroemen, and he composed the music for the Little Angel movie. I'm in Haarlem and he is in Amsterdam, so I'm gonna take the train. So I'm here at IVM Studios, and next to me is sitting Yves Vroemen. Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
And Yves composed the music for the Little Angel movie. So how did you start out composing stuff?
Well, I started as a child. I was young. I was developing myself. I started very young when I was still studying mechanical engineering. I think it's 7-8 years ago. And between in that study, I had some spare time, and I was at home composing all the time. I like composing more than mechanical engineering.
Okay.
After my study, I made the switch from mechanical engineering to composing for media, which is the bachelor's study I did, composing for film and for theater.
Okay.
And after that, I did a master in composing program music for movies, which is supportive music for movies.
So Yves, I sent you the movie of the Little Angel. And how did you come up with the theme for the animation?
I looked at the movie and I thought, a little angel in the clouds. We are looking for fragile sounds, for sounds that whisper, sounds that sound like the wind. So I thought, well, maybe we need something like a glockenspiel, which is a German instrument, you know, or a celesta, which is also that has the sound of glockenspiel, and I use it to represent the sound of the little angel in the clouds, flying around, you know, the fragile.
And more frivolous.
Yes, and also, of course, it also has something cute, which also represents that sound.
So, did you first start out with the theme, or how do you work?
Usually, I work with looking at the key points in the movie. So I look where it gets rough, where it gets like the part here in the movie with the dark clouds. It's a big scene, and also with the sheep, you know, the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
So those parts I put a marker on, and I work towards them.
But throughout it's one theme, I think.
Yes, it's one theme. So I make up the theme for Little Angel, but Little Angel also it has also emotions.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes across the other angels that go to the top, the angels that look tired, Little Angel has some sort of emotions. It doesn't know what it sees, you know. And it's something new, and I like to arrange the theme song, the theme of Little Angel, to that special scene.
Yeah, and also the emotions that come with the scene.
Yes.
So Yves, if someone wants to have music to their videos, or just music for because you're also doing pop music and a lot of other kinds of music, where can they reach you?
They can go to my website, www.yvesvroemen.com, and I'm also on social media, so you can watch me at #Yves Vroemen everywhere.
So now I'm back in my studio again, and now I'm going to edit the voiceover, and later on I'm going to bring everything together in Premiere. But first I need to do some editing of the sounds, and I'm doing that in a software program which is called Audition. So now I'm going to do the editing of the voiceover. So first off, I record the voice in Adobe Audition. Then of course you have to set the limit of your microphone and how much gain you're using. The more gain you use, the more noise you will have in your recording. Now I'm recording everything with the Studio Projects TB1, and it's a microphone I have for over 20 years now, and it's still working pretty good. So the first thing I do with a recording is make a capture of the noise print, and you can do that by selecting it, clicking on your right mouse, and then select capture noise print, or you can do that by Shift P, and then you're capturing the noise print. And I do that in the silent areas of the recording when the voiceover is not speaking. Then I go to Effects, Noise Reduction Restoration, and then I choose Noise Reduction. And there you have a menu you can choose from different kind of things. Like the noise reduction, I mostly set it to 65 to 70%, and I reduce it by 10 to 12 dB. And you can check it by selecting only the noise, and if you hear the voice, then you have reduced it too much. But 65 to 70% noise reduction and reduced by 10 to 12 dB, you'll be on the safe side, and otherwise you can destroy the warmth of a voice.
It is.
So when I have set the noise reduction, the fun part starts, and that's just browsing or scanning through the entire voiceover. And most of the time I let the voiceover do several takes and several intonations and several tries of the same text. It's always good, to do several takes, because then you can choose between different versions and then make up your entire voiceover, because it's all about the feeling of the story and it has to enhance the story. What I do is I scan through the whole voiceover and then select the parts I want to have. And it's always good practice not to do that in your original file. So I always first save the voiceover and then I copy it to a new file. So if you ever delete something in your edit, you won't lose it because you still have it in your original file. So when I have edited everything of the voiceover and the timing is right and everything is just right, I'm going to add some effects to the voice. There is a great effects panel in Adobe Audition and you can find it under Effects. And there's just several things you can do. You can use an echo
on a little cloud.
That sounds really off. And there's just a lot of presets you can use, like an analog delay.
For whoever wants to look and listen to a big secret. Hush.
Or springy telephone.
Just listen. Feel the silence.
But these are very extreme effects, and sometimes I use a reverb, and there are just a lot of presets for that as well.
And look. On a little cloud, white and a little blue. On that cloud, far.
And you can of course
it is.
change all the parameters to the right, but these were a little bit too extreme for the voiceover. So I found another effect that is very effectful, and you can find that by going to Effects, Special, and then tap on Mastering. There you have some presets, and I've made my own preset because you can save them.
And spins, and it eats some air,
So this
and
is
sometimes
a little bit
some cloud.
Clock Master.
It looks, it listens. For whoever wants to look and listen.
I like this one, and I just changed it a little bit. And I made it into my voiceover reverb. So this is the preset I used for the voiceover, and now it's rendering. And you see that it's really clipping, but that's the mastering part. And most of the time mastering is used for music, but you can also use it for voiceover.
For whoever wants to look and listen to a big secret. Hush. Listen. Just listen. Feel the silence. And look.
And sometimes you also need special effects. And for the Little Angel movie, that was using sounds for the sky and the wind. And of course, little angel that's flying through the clouds. And you can, of course, buy special effects, but sometimes you can just mimic it with your mouth. So I recorded all the sounds of the wind, of the little angel flying, just by trying out some sounds with my voice. And all of these clips I'm going to use in the final edit, but the edit I'm going to do in Premiere Pro, and that's going to be a different video because that's more about visuals and bringing everything together. If you also want to use Audition to do some sound editing, it's available through Adobe Creative Cloud, and I'll leave a link in the description box down below. There are different plans. You can just have a membership for one piece of software or several pieces of software, or you can have the entire plan, so you can use all the software Adobe is offering. And if you do the total plan, you can also use the apps you can use on your Android or on your iPad Pro or iPad. And these are very cool apps to draw in, like Sketch, Adobe Sketch and Adobe Draw. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. You can also buy the book in iBooks, and I'll leave a link in the description box down below, or download it on Vimeo on demand. Drawing is fun, and practice makes perfect. See you next time. Doodles!